Hello, this is Zamella with some daily tarot inspiration and encouragement. I'm going to start with the White Light Oracle. We got the Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 Hz to 4 Hz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system, physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Teget called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Teget into a doe, so she would be safe from harm. Teget teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you're encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. Be seated somewhere comfortable. If you are a visual person, you can follow the visualization, allowing the symbols to enter into your soul without having to analyze or interpret them. If you are more of a feeling person, notice any emotions or sensations that arise and allow them to soak into your soul without needing to analyze or interpret them. To prepare yourself for the healing process, connect consciously with your breath as it flows in and out. Allow the breath to become deeper and more complete, calming and centering you in the present moment. You may place a hand over your heart to connect with your inner essence. Relax. Allow yourself to become receptive at a heart level. Open and willing to take in symbolic nourishment to empower, protect, and heal you. You are at the edge of a green forest on a mild spring day. Sunlight filters softly through the canopy, creating a golden haze. The small clearing is illuminated by the diffuse light. There, a sweet doe gently nuzzles at some grass. She is peaceful and intent upon her task. The scene exudes a feeling of tranquility. You see that tranquility as a field of energy. It is a protective bubble of light that encapsulates the deer and keeps her safe. You have the sense that even though she may appear to be alone, she is protected by an invisible field of grace. Despite her apparent vulnerability, you feel safe and powerful around the spirit deer. She survives and thrives whilst being in her own true nature. Rest in this visualization or feeling for as long as you choose. If you wish to do so, allow that feeling of gentleness and safety to emerge from within your own heart and envelop you in a bubble of protective spiritual light as you drift into deeper rest or even sleep. When you are ready to emerge, place both hands at your heart. Allow yourself time to fully enter the here and now. Ground and hydrate yourself. You have completed your healing process. Next, I'm going to pull a card from the Rumi Oracle. The Angel Rasbar. Tell me the truth, I asked Love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, Love said. I am the recurring joy of living. A quote from Rumi. The Master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the Master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are these precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The Master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service. For what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul that it does not lie lost, nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living. Divine contribution is offered to those who wish to contribute to the world. The Great Beloved sees what is in your heart, what it is you wish to offer, and is saying, yes. You are being empowered to serve, to assist, to offer a genuine spiritual contribution to this planet, to become a sacred hand at work for the will of heaven. Such is the capacity bestowed upon the soul that is wise and filled with love, and therefore desiring to serve. So then, do not doubt yourself, beloved. You have been blessed with this by the Master to find the precious jewel of your own soul and claim it. Cast aside your doubts then. Yet perhaps this is not easy for you to do. Perhaps you look at the world, even your chosen field of endeavor, and already you hear so many voices speaking. You may wonder if your own contribution would simply add noise to a cacophony. You may wonder if you can really help, if you have anything genuine to add. Or if there is just too much noise anyway. You may hesitate and become fearful. Do not despair, my beloved. It is part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world, something that has its place even amongst all that activity, something needed absolutely in the hearts of all. That precious gift is the true silence. The true silence is peace. It is the living experience of the eternal love of the divine that asks nothing but to be received and gives of itself unconditionally. That silence is present underneath even the most raucous noise, if one knows how to access it. The true silence can only be felt through the beautiful feeling heart. When you know how to feel for it, to surrender into it, you can transmit silence in many ways. Through the peace you cultivate in your heart in your own daily living, through your presence, through your art, even through your voice, written, sung, or spoken. Yes, even through sound, if that is your path of service. Silence can emanate through your voice, and divine silence can be felt in the heart of others. The true and great silence, as you may now realize, my dear angel, is not the absence of sound. It is the experience of the divine presence of love. So, shall you trust in the wisdom of the Master who bids you to serve according to the graces you have been given? Will you choose to put aside your doubts, and instead believe in yourself and the power of divine love that will reach out to the world through your willing soul? Ah yes, I knew your brave heart would accept this empowerment. I knew you wanted to serve more than you wanted to fear. Whatever is in your heart is the method by which the great jewels shall be collected. The Master teaches us that we are built to serve according to a higher perfection. So if to dance is in your heart, then dance. Be open and free. Do not hide. Dance. If prayer is in your heart, then pray. If you can feed the poor with food, if you can give the despairing kindness, the lost your words, and those who have turned away from the great Master a healing touch, then do so. Do so without doubt, without having to be the best or the greatest, or any other notion your mind conjures. Just be willing. Willingness, not perfection, is required from you. So then there is room for freedom to awaken in you. Willingness opens you to divine assistance, and through that empowerment an even greater joy of being will grow within your sacred heart. Your service can flow from simply being yourself in the world, completely and utterly. Your radiance can become one of the sacred candles of the Holy Master. There are many candles that hold the Master's light, and yet each one of them is precious beyond compare. Be such a light. Scoop up the jewels through your service, and do not render yourself incapable through nightmares of false imaginings and smallness of mind. Yes, your heart is too big for your mind, and it will break it open, but that is okay. Do you think you only serve love, and are also not served by love? The helpers are always helped. This is love's way. Do you feel as though you are a foreigner in this land? Ah, Angel Rasbar shall show you the way then, for she knows you from a long, long time ago, though you might have temporarily forgotten the acquaintance. She is a great hostess and guide in this terrain of divine love, and she remembers you. You who are great of heart and capable of contribution. You who are now signing up for service in the great work of love. Yes, there is work for you to do. Your purpose is bestowed. Serve, assist, do not hold back for any reason. Not one reason you could imagine is worthy of you. So then, aliveness. So then, service. So then, joy. Help and be helped. That is the way for you now. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being guided deeper into your life purpose and divine destiny, like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of a greater responsibility. Your soul is stepping up. You are going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowering expression of your own essence, and through that, your healing presence in the world is increasing. You are stepping up and forward, onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible, but that is as it should be. It is not about being worth more than another. It is about the utterly sensible use of a light. that it not be dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness, so that others, still in darkness, may find their way more easily. This is efficient, intelligent, and sensible. Your success and growth is drenched in compassion and brings joy to the heart of the Master, as another and another find their way, befitting from the light of your being. So shine true, be humble but not dismissive of your gifts. Allow others to find their way more easily because you chose to honor the power of the great silence that emanates through you evermore as you trust and surrender. This oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world, more than you consciously realize, and you are asked, therefore, to continue. Do not give up. Do not turn back. Just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the great Master is aware of you, is sending the holy ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Rasbar, to bring you the blessing of the true silence. Now, let it clear and soothe your mind and heart, and help you to remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. For the sacred honoring ritual, say aloud, I am blessed to serve the great, all-loving silence through the presence of divine joy, grace, and radiant compassion, through the Master that loves me without condition, and the blessed assistance of Angel Rasbar, who loves me unconditionally. I accept all help, and I offer myself completely in service to life, to being, and to assist humanity in a practical way, according to the graces and talents I have been giving. So be it. If you can comfortably place your forehead on the floor, bowing to the earth, do so. Rest there for several moments. Then you have finished your honoring ritual. I'm going to choose a card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I'm going to draw 3 cards. First one is, what is in motion now? Second one is, what are the hidden underlying elements? And the third one is, what do I do now to remain on this path or course correct to remain in alignment with the highest good? Buffalo Spirit, the abundance universe will provide. When Buffalo Spirit visits you with a message of protection, he's asking you to shift your thinking from poverty consciousness to one where you trust the universe will provide. Have you been falling into financial insecurity, worrying that there will not be enough money in the future? Have you been stressing and feeling sorry for yourself, worrying that because you have no romantic relationship now, you will never have one? Do you see scarcity where there is, in fact, abundance? Are you comparing yourself to others and falling short? Self-pity, entitlement, fear, and lack are all thought viruses that seduce you into darkness. Buffalo Spirit nudges you to make a gratitude list and be mindful of your thoughts at this time. Even if outer events have happened to challenge your beliefs in abundance, outer conditions are temporary. If you are suffering from the malaise of fear that you are impoverished, realize that it is only poverty of perception and perspective. Prayer, communion with your higher power, and gratitude, coupled with compassionate, selfless service, will snap you right out of it. Be thankful for the tiniest things and say affirmations. Then you will remember abundance is the true nature of the world. The second card, Armadillo Spirit, which will show us the underlying hidden influences here, is about setting healthy boundaries. Learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo's Spirit. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and where others begin, what is yours to own and what is not. Know your limits and understand that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to, declare what your needs are, and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself. Trust your body's signals, and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. The next card is the Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. You are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do and to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Cow Spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable